love, light, power, wisdom, truth, opulence, and love again to you all. Happy new moon in Virgo. So, just to kind of highlight a little bit about Virgo and energy. Well, first of all, my name is Soulflower Nula. I am CEO of Honda's Healing House. My passion, my purpose, and my intention is to expand the collective consciousness through my sacred divine feminine and divine masculine work. I am bringing you all my gift because I am a Alexa, volume 4, not 4, because she understands that she speaks in my language. Okay. Um, I am bringing you all my offerings. I'm a psychic medium and I channel messages from my higher self and the divine, and I use the cards as means to translate those messages to you all. I do not need them, but I do honor them and love the medicine that they are. And so, yes, with this full moon in Virgo, y'all, we're inspired to stop procrastinating, right? Now it's a time to get shit done. So maybe there's some projects that we've been sitting on, or maybe there's some tasks that we've been sitting on, some conversations we need to have that we knew we were supposed to have that we haven't, that we've been sitting on. All of that stuff is now coming to the head with this new moon. The new moon is about setting your intentions, right? For new manifestations, for new beginnings, for new things to occur, okay? So, if you're not familiar with new moon energy, one of the things that you can do, one of the sacred things that you can do, excuse me, is take a spiritual bath. Taking a bath within the moon's energy, the full moon or the new moon energy can help amplify the energy for you. So if you are somebody who's not focused, if you are somebody who's not organized, if you are somebody who's wanting to call in more security or more stability, I said more stable energy into your life. This is a great time. Newness. Whereas your full moons, y'all, we tap into release. Okay, so I am going to shuffle while I finish with this, but I am doing a collective reading right now. So this is not a personal reading. It's not a one-on-one, so it will not resonate with everybody. You have to remember, I'm pulling from the collective energy spread. My readings are timeless, so when you see it, it's the right time for you. Um, and so again, if you want to book something personal with me, then yes, visit me online at Hannah's Healing House on Instagram. Click the link in my bio to submit your form to get your personal reading done with me. Okay, how should I proceed? Okay, yeah, those don't count. Okay, but I will say, y'all, in pre-shuffle when I was shuffling, I got Ten of Cups and also Wheel of Fortune. So somebody's wish come true is happening in like relation to family, marriage, like children, and there could be travel, and it could be in relation to an Aquarius. But that was a very specific message for a one somebody. Um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into this collective reading. Okay, gods, goddesses, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, those that love, protect, guide, and fuck with us. Okay, thanking you so very much for aligning me with this medicine on today. Thank you for aligning me with the collective. We're asking for any divine messages that you have for the collective to be revealed. Anything in relation to love, career, wealth, health, sustenance, well-being, family, any general messages, any messages from their loved ones. Thanking you so much that are healthy and of a sane mind. Okay? And I'm thanking you so very much again for this opportunity to align with the collective. May their answers be provided. May they feel more nourished than when we initially connected. Amen. Ashe, Aho, and I get thanks. Okay, so we're about to get into this collective reading. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. 3 rows. They said 3 rows. Okay. And I'm also instructed to not read reversals, okay? So y'all, I want you to keep in mind these are bi-weeklies, okay? So this reading is being done today, released today for September 7th. This reading is going to take us all the way into the full moon, which will be on the 20th. On the 20th, we'll get a new drop with your full moon reading. And then you'll also be able to have access to the reading that's going to be taking place for our full moon virtual experience. If you haven't already secured your tickets, then you would want to do that. Um, but let's vibe. So, Hermit at the bottom of the deck, this is saying tap into your ancient wisdom. So, now is a time for us to start going deep, deep, deep within ourselves. The Hermit talks about accessing parts of yourselves that you have not maybe accessed, or even going deeper with that, tapping into your own ancient wisdom and knowledge. Okay, so like for some of y'all, you might, mushrooms is an ancestral tool, right? So some people might be called to mushrooms. If this is you, then I'm affirming that medicine for you. Some of us are going to be called to like ayahuasca. Some are going to be called to Akashic records. And I want you all to take note, there are different types of Akashic records. There are your personal soul's Akashic records, and then there are the planet's Akashic records. So be mindful of what energy you're wanting to understand. They're all very vital and very important, but it's key that you are intentional with what records you're wanting to access. Ashe. Um, Somebody also, and this is a specific message for somebody else, this is also, actually, this could be for a few people, a number of people. This is a time for disconnecting as well, because I got 10 of cups in reverse, and I'm not reading reversals, but I did get a message. They did tell me, in relation to that, a lot of families might be separating right now. A lot of families might start going at it, siblings and, mothers and fathers been married forever, forever and ever, might start going at it all of a sudden. Remember, we're in the age of the Aquarius, right? Aquarius highlights the crown chakra. It highlights chaos. It highlights war. It highlights these sort of energies. So being mindful of that, this is the energy that's being amplified right now, not so much the true experience, but again, Age of Aquarius is also about enlightenment. So a lot of people are enlightening themselves, right? They're calling in more enlightenment. They're enriching themselves. They're nourishing themselves. They're healing on a molecular and a cellular level. And so what's happening is, for those that aren't, well, then you're just not, right? And then those that are, well, then you're steadily rising. You're steadily moving into your purpose, and you're moving more into your activation, and you're understanding your specific code. And that's just naturally gonna disconnect you from frequencies that don't align anymore. But you have to trust that as you're disconnected from frequencies that no longer align with you, with where you are on your spiritual path and journey, that they will be met with the people who can support them where they are, and that you will be newly aligned with people who are for your level and for your frequency. It's not to say anybody's higher or lower than anybody. That's not where I'm going with that. I'm just saying that people are evolving at different levels, and everybody has different reasonings for being here. It's all for the one, but we all have different reasonings for being here on this planet. So grace and ease, okay? But if you are somebody who is separating from a family dynamic, then I do empower you to, one, understand the cosmic shifts, and then if it's truly something that's taking place, really fall into the surrender of it all, because we understand that when one door closes, it's for another one to open, okay? Um, so anyway, they instructed me to do 3 rows. I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot. Love that deck. I'm using a beautiful deck to clarify that I got from Spencer's. I'm not sure who created it, but it is the only tarot deck um, that came in a little box that said Spencer's at Spencer's. So maybe it's a Spencer creation. Shout out to Spencer's. I love your art. Okay, and then I'm going to pull one chakra card to give us all a chakra ideal of which chakra we'd want to tap into for the coming 2 weeks. Okay, and so when I pull that chakra, I'll let you know. I recommend which sound therapy is great for you, some crystals that are great for you, some aromatherapy that would be great for you, and then also some of my sacred offerings that can help benefit your flow and your personal healing journey. Okay. So with these 3 rows, y'all, we got past, present, and future energy. So we've got Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles. Now, Queen of Wands talks about protection. It talks about your language. It talks about throat chakra. It talks about King of Pentacles. It talks about speaking your truth to get the abundance that you seek. So if it's in a workspace, start speaking your truths in that workspace so that you can start receiving the abundance you deserve. Somebody is calling in maybe a promotion and they're not using their voice to ask for that, or they're not believing they're deserving of it, but they're subconsciously upset that they're not the ones who are being asked to move into that promotion, right? Spirit is saying right now, especially with COVID, crown, okay, there's an attack on our crown chakra right now. So all of our crown is working overtime to protect us, y'all. So we have to be tapped the fuck into all these other spaces to make sure that we're nourishing ourselves and that we're putting the proper energy back into, because it's like they're working overtime to do the energy work that's required for the crown chakra. Some people are folding, some people are not staying the course of the crown chakra, right? And grace and mercy to them. The beautiful thing is that you can always, even if you don't resonate with the idea of like meditating and mantra and chants and things like that, um, everything is energy. So you can tap into sound therapy. So sound therapy can be super beneficial for someone falling asleep in theta state, reprogramming your mind there. um, but also someone needs to do that when they're in their sleep, and it needs to be the throat chakra, because somebody's throat chakra is undergoing transformation and you're not speaking about it, and that could be blocking your finances. Possibly also somebody is speaking negatively over their money, and that's the reason why they are not having financial increase or financial abundance, or why there's so much lack. You're always talking about what you don't got, you're always talking about what you don't have enough for, or you're not a giver. And that's even the thing. Like I understand that there's a lot of stories and tales and things inside of the different sacred works and books of this world, but it's very important that you give. As you give, you'll receive. If you're like, it's very Six of Pentacles energy. If you're very tight with your money, if you're very tight with your resources, then the resources are going to be very tight with you. And it's a balance. It's a divine balance, because you don't want to be irresponsible as fuck and not in tune with your security. But by the same token, if security is not a factor for you and you are having to undo lack mentality from upbringing, from cellular trauma, from something a little bit deeper than your actual 3D experience, then giving is going to be a way to help you rebalance those scales, right? And then also help you understand your throat space energy. King of Pentacles also talks about maybe there's an energy, an element of a goddess aligning now, like you're sitting. If you look at the Queen of Wands energy, she's like sitting on her throne waiting for something to happen. She's fully protected, black cat protection. She's fully protected. She's got her sunflower, very Oshun energy. So I'm feeling like this Queen of Wands is manifesting. And what she's manifesting is a King of Pentacles. She's manifesting a king that is in tune with his security, because security matters, okay? So he's in tune with his finances. This guy is in tune with his emotions. Someone who's also on their throne. And they may be a fire sign. I've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, I said Aries. Aries, I have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Um, but they're both you're both very comfortable. This is also a message to the collective to understand that you are your partner's reflection. If the options of categories, not male gender specific, but if the options of masculine and feminine energy that's showing up in your life is not your criteria, right? You're not feeling it, then I empower you to check and see what your energy is, because everything is a frequency, and you're only going to vibrate to a frequency that resonates with the frequency that you're giving off. Okay, so you're not, if you're anticipating King of Pentacles and you're not Queen of Pentacles, well then we're going to keep journeying through some wands and some swords until we in fact rise to that pentacle space. And now that we're in that alignment and in that true space, we can attract that. Ultimately, I do want to say to somebody who is wanting to attract this energy, you're right there. You feel me? Like your legs are both crossed. You guys are both, kind of in alignment. But if you notice with the energy of y'all not facing each other, it's just showing that there's still some work to do. There's still some work to do. And again, it's not gender specific. So if this is a man wanting to manifest his goddess, there's still some solo work to do for you. Maybe in relation to limiting beliefs. I'm definitely hearing the throat chakra. I'm definitely hearing ritual. You want to develop a healthier ritual with your money before you attract somebody. And that could be the reason why you want somebody wealthy, because you want someone who you think has it all figured out, and you're just not. That's just not how that works. You have to figure it out, and then you'll be aligned with someone who's also figured it out, and then y'all can go to the next level. And and if this is you specifically, Spirit is telling me to tell you to get a mentor, get a Jagna, get somebody who's responsible in some kind of way on their shit, and don't look for that in your love relationship, because your love relationship is your reflector. Okay, and we're given that, we designed it to be this way so we can learn from our partners. And it's not to say you can't get a partner that's financially secure and gonna walk you through that. That's a possibility, but that was a message for somebody specifically. Alignment, alignment, alignment. Okay. Current energy, we have Four of Cups and we have the Judgment card. By the way, I just want to say this. I'm not gonna say it, but it's exciting, y'all. Cause I can see the cards and y'all can't, and I went ahead to the third row, and it's actually really exciting. I didn't even realize it till right now. But whoever is watching this that resonates with this, you're on course. You're on track. You're on track. Okay, so we've got Four of Cups. This is a different story, though. We're gonna stay right here before we get to the last one. And this is in the middle. This is showing current energy. Four of Cups, and then we've got the Judgment card. Okay. Now, if you notice, Four of Cups is an energy of I see what's being given to me, but I don't want it. I want one of these. So this is three. So maybe someone's mourning the last 3 months, 3 days, 3 years, 3 weeks. Maybe they're mourning the three relationships. Maybe there's three different choices of men that you would have, or women that you would have preferred. Um, and those are just not the ones available to you right now. Maybe there's also three work opportunities that you were pursuing, and there's those are not available to you right now. I'm hearing the one that's available to you is probably in your eyes a step below. The person that's available to you is in your eyes maybe a step below, but Spirit is saying it's for you right now. And this is Judgment, which showing it's faded. So there is something that's coming in for you that's faded. It could be a new work experience that's faded. It could be a person. It could be a new relationship. It could be anything. But there's something that's coming in, or it's already came, that's faded. And it had to come in because it looks like something took you off. So for somebody, there may have been a miscarriage. There may have been a miscarriage, whether you knew it or not. Someone might have had like bleeding that was a little bit longer than normal, than what they're used to, and that was a miscarriage. I don't know who that's for, but for somebody else, um, it's just Spirit trying to align you with this new full cup, this new cup that's more for you, and you're being a little stubborn about it. And this could be the collective energy of us just not being sure. We don't want no motherfucking nothing that we don't want. I've been for like the last 18 months we've been going through all type of shit, right? So I mean I can understand if all of a sudden something new pops up on the scene and it's presenting itself as like, here, I'm yours for the taking, and you're not sure of it because of everything we're going through. But this is faded. Spirit is saying trust. For somebody else, Spirit is saying this could be a new partnership that you have to open your heart to, because it is faded. I feel like a grandmother sent this person. Someone's grandmother has transitioned, and when you meet this person, whether you have or haven't, they're going to feel like they were led to you. They're not going to understand like why they're in your space or why they feel the way they feel about you, but they're faded. They're yours, not yours as a possession, but they know that they are a faded experience for you. And this is why I just recently, y'all, in my personal stuff, I was going over soulmate versus twin flame union, because it's so important for people to understand what these unions are that are coming in for you. Um, so that your soul can grow, because sometimes they are teachers for your soul to grow, and we get caught up thinking forever wife, husband, house, and kids, and it's like, no, y'all were just supposed to create a business together, and here y'all go creating babies. And that's okay, because that's a part of your experience ultimately if that's how you walk down. But Spirit is trying to give you a little something more graceful, a little bit more in alignment, and something that, again, that's faded. Does that mean forever? No, but it could be. So Spirit is saying open your heart. Someone needs to open their heart, do some heart chakra work. 432 hertz is the frequency that would be really great for you. 417 would be good too, to remove negative toxins and get that old energy out. You might want to book a Reiki healing, right? Or some type of chakra balancing, some type of intuitive spiritual work to help open and recalibrate the heart space. Um, at least so you can accept this faded opportunity, because I feel like you're really hard on yourself, or because the experiences that's come in before, they've all looked a certain way. Like, no, I know when something's for me. And it's like spirit is saying it's different now. It's just different now. You know, you've known before, and it's just different now. It's not gonna be the same thing. Okay. Um, I also feel like you might have a tribe of women around you. Somebody might have a tribe of women around you. For somebody, spirit is saying tribe more up with women. You don't have enough women in your life. And for somebody, they're saying the women that are in your life, lean into them, because they are there to uplift you right now. They are there to bring that divine feminine spark and light back to you. So even if you don't know that that's why people are coming up in your vortex, they're only coming around um, to contribute in that way. They're coming to contribute back to your feminine. And I feel like that may be a little gender specific. That may be for a feminine energy who finds herself in the presence of a lot of divine feminine energy as of late, or something like that. So it's definitely faded energy, and they're definitely depositing into you. So don't be so, no, I'd rather be around a bunch of men, or I'd rather be around a bunch of kids, or something. Just embrace the experience. Spirit is saying embrace this fading experience, okay? Also, on some collective shit, we got about 3 years, y'all. We're gonna have about 3 years worth of not knowing what's gonna really happen. Just a lot of, and by year 4, things are gonna start making sense. So they're saying by year 4, even this whole COVID thing, all of this is with this judgment card, all of this was fated. This was all supposed to happen. This was all written. This is all a part of the collective plan. So what we can do to ascend and make this new space and time that we're going into easier for ourselves is we can really do the work to heal intuitively, to trust ourselves, and to work with intuitives that can help us activate in the ways that we know we need to activate. It's not enough to keep moving the way we moved pre-COVID. If you're still moving the same way you moved pre-COVID, then please, what do I want you to do? Or what would I like? Just expand your mind. I was gonna say read a book. That was the first thing that came to my mind, but that's like probably the reason why we're here. So don't read a book. Maybe read a book. I don't know. Whatever feels great for you, but pray. I really empower people to get as close as you can to whomever you believe in, or whatever practice you believe in right now, because that's probably the only thing that we can actually as a people hold on to. Because it's just too much happening right now. It's too much happening, and you're about to see in the world, especially in relation to religion, how everything is counter crossing, everything is havoc, everything is not gonna make sense. No one's gonna agree about religious purposes, about religious preferences, rather. And so now is not a time to lean so much into the external forces. It's really a time to lean inside of you. So if you feel like you're confused, if you're moving in fear, I don't want to get COVID, or I don't want to, I would just empower you to go inside. Take a moment to deep breathe, to go inside, to ask yourself these questions, and to trust yourself, to really trust the process, and not be release control. I'm also hearing release control, collective release control. This part of our mission, this part of our journey, we will not be 100% in control over. I hear Spirit saying very clearly, say what you want and release it. And know that that's what you want, and release it. And if you have to come back and fine tune it because you weren't 100% sure when you asked for it, then just don't ask for it right now. Ooh. Ooh. And I also got really tired, so somebody might need to rest, okay? Rest is called for. Now, y'all remember in the beginning when I said that you don't want to be trying to manifest a King of Pentacles and you yourself are not a Queen of Pentacles? Well, right under the King of Pentacles was the Queen of Pentacles. So definitely, you are moving into that. So if you were not, somebody may have been coming out of a shaky financial situation, or maybe they weren't feeling secure. Rest. That's really a thing. But anyway, yeah, so it looks like somebody is not feeling secure. or they weren't at one point in time, your wands even go down. You go down from Queen of Wands to Nine of Wands. But Nine of Wands talks about pain. It talks about carrying a lot of pain. It talks about carrying the bruises and um, the pain, just pain. That maybe 9 years or nine people or the nine. It just it's like I fought so hard that I will hold on to these experiences that I fought, and it's almost like these this card tells me right now that it's like you're using your past experiences and the past energies as a way to rate what is coming in your life currently, and so that is wrong. Okay, that's gonna leave you really beat up. That's gonna leave you really broken. That's gonna leave you really confused. That's gonna leave you feeling like, hey, why am I still carrying all this wand energy? So Spirit is saying, become more feminine, become more fluid, and this is not gender specific. This could be a masculine energy where I'm just telling you to become more feminine, become more fluid, become more connected and in tune with the idea of aligning and attracting. The hustle mentality is old. The grind mentality is old. They gotta have two jobs and have to super hold closer to the masculine. I can't really have no sisters or women because we're in competition. All of those outdated thought forms have to go. They have to go. They have to go. And in order for them to go, you really have to identify what you've been taught and what you've learned up until this point, what you've chosen to resonate as truth, okay? Um, and maybe stick with it. Maybe rediscover some new patterns. Maybe sit with yourself behind some of the things that you've done and opened up for yourself because of parents or because of lineage. Because we're all creatures of habit to some degree, and we have all been products of our parents, you know, understanding, right? And then their parents' understanding or lack thereof, right? So, but that's no excuse for you not doing the work yourself to elevate your mind, so, and to move out of your pain. So, for somebody specifically, all this cyclic trauma, all this pain, and all these cycles of all these traumatic men and traumatic women, and the fact that you don't have a tribe of women that you feel you can trust. This is for somebody specifically. It's a problem. And so Spirit is needing you to, one, align with more women, and for two, become more feminine, because feminine energy is aligning, it's attracting, it's doing the inner soul work required. Yeah, it's why I'm feeling tired too. Well, not tired, but I'm feeling like Yanni. It's rest. Like somebody is just moving. Moving and moving and moving does not make you win. It doesn't help you win. That's the culture. Okay, that's the Western culture and the ideology, and that's what we're taught. We're taught the grind, and that's why people don't meditate. People don't sit still. People barely sleep. People barely pray. They only pray on Sundays. Because we're not taught. We're not given a natural culture like, say, Africans or Japanese or some type of Asian descent, where sitting down and pausing and sitting with yourself is normal. Um, so that's very important. That's very important. I'm hearing, I'm definitely hearing, be mindful of your finances, not to the point where you, like we touched on in the beginning, not to the point where you're coming from a lack mentality, like you better save some for a rainy day. The person that like buy a brand new outfit and like, oh, I'm gonna say that outfit for a special occasion, and it's like every day is a fucking special occasion. So that's what they're trying to move you out of. Or you buy those panties, and I'm gonna say it in panties for a night on the town with my boo, and it's like, no, slap them things on just for you to fall asleep and feel luxurious tonight, because that does something for the soul. We got the Devil card, Capricorn energy, definitely closing out a cycle. Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy, and Wheel of Fortune is Aquarius energy. More Capricorn too. So definitely, to clarify all this, I got the number 6, and I got the number 60, the number 10. 6 plus 1 is 7, so I do have the number 7. But you're closing out a cycle with Five of Pentacles, and balancing the finances too. Somebody could be connecting to an Aquarius or a Capricorn. Also, some travel is probably what balances the finances. So maybe somebody's moving and then finances come balance for you, or maybe you set your intentions with a Taurus. Maybe a Taurus comes into your experience and then together y'all move. Or maybe you set your intentions for something very foundational and setting that intention for that foundation allows you to move somewhere else. And it's a closing of a cycle, because the devil is a 10 and then the wheel of fortune is a 10. So it's like you're closing out a cycle. Somebody, the collective, we've been doing some ugly ass shadow work. See, this is why the COVID had to happen too, because it's a sit down thing. It's a sit down. It forced us to sit down. Some people sat down for longer than they have in their entire life, and they find it so hard, to have to sit with themselves after years of being able to be entertained by other people physically or by social media. This is a very social media crazed world we're living in, right? A media crazed world. So, getting back connected to human connection um, is probably going to be a big deal for somebody when they move too. I'm definitely feeling like the move is going to access human connection. Okay, y'all, we're going to put one card for this chakra. How do you want me to proceed? Okay, yeah, we're going to pull one card for the chakra. To give you all an idea of which chakra you should tap into coming into this week. I feel like this one here is... Okay, and that was the second time. This one was out the first time, but I mixed it back in. And I guess they just wanted me to know that this is for sure the one. So we've got prayer. This is solar plexus energy. So solar plexus governs your self-esteem, your confidence, your willpower, the ability to see the light inside of you, and then illuminate that out inside of the world, vibrant like the sun. You feel me? Whether or not you want the sun to come out because it's going to be 102 degrees or not, the sun is coming, okay? And so that's the energy of solar plexus. Whether or not you want to receive this person's soul, they have nothing but their soul to bear and give. And so that's what solar plexus talks about. So maybe somebody's been praying to be more connected to their purpose, to the light inside of them. Maybe they've been praying to connect deeper to God. Maybe they've been trying to pray their way out of a situation that's not feeling really good. Like the prayer card does have lemon, so it's almost like make lemonade out of lemon and water. Turn lemonade, I forget it's the actual saying, but it's farting my brain. I have a brain fart. But yeah, so that's the element of that. And it's also prayer. So this is also a message to pray more. This is also a message if you're not praying, if you're not meditating, if you're not fasting, if you're not personally developing some sort of relationship with your higher self, God, okay, whatever that is for you, this is your card to tap into that energy. Crystals that help with solar plexus energy is going to be your citrine, or it's going to be a carnelian. Those two feel good for me for right now. Some of the herbs that you might want to connect to are going to be yarrow or calendula. Those will feel pretty good for me right now. Tiger's eye just came up too. Drink more water. Somebody needs to drink more water. Somebody might have just taken a sip of something. And if that was you, then Spirit is calling you back to pay attention to the rest of the reading. That's very specific for somebody. And if you weren't just sipping anything right now, that doesn't mean this reading isn't for you. That just means that their attention might have veered off for a moment while they were sipping, and Spirit was just calling them back. But yes, this is something you've prayed for. You've prayed for a shift. For somebody else, you've prayed for a shift. You've prayed for something different to show up in your life, and like it's now here. And so Spirit is also saying, don't be so fucking judgy about the person or the experience that's coming in to help you, because you will miss what you've prayed for. You will clean miss it, because something that you've prayed for also knows that it's a gift. You feel me? Something that you've prayed for also has been praying for the opportunity to, be a prayer. You feel me? So they only want to be a prayer where the prayer is honored. And they only want to be the prayer or the gift where the gift is accepted. I don't know about everybody, but most of us should, okay? So if this is your energy of, well, I don't want this gift this way, or I don't want this specific energy, Spirit is saying move out of it. This is something healthy for you. Okay? And aromatherapy, last but not least. Something citrusy, y'all. So I'm feeling like an orange. Bergamot. There we are. Bergamot. Bergamot feels great. Or something orange or citrusy, some kind of vibey like that, okay? So I love y'all. Thank you so much for tapping in with me for this new moon collective vibration. You can subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell. All of the details are going to be in the description box for if you'd like to donate to the channel, and also so y'all can stay up to date with my events and my curations on the West Coast through to our move to Atlanta. Follow me on Instagram at Hana's Healing House. Okay.